What's going on, everybody? It's me, Working Man, and I was just about to play Marvel Cosmic Invasions and record a little video for it, which I mainly do for myself because not many people watch me play games or whatever. But I don't know. I've been doing it for so long now. It's like I can't play a game without recording it. It's like it's almost well, I was gonna say it's almost like a fetish or something, but I can't finish unless you look at me. I don't know, something like that. But anyway, I was watching the new Starfleet Academy review. I don't even like to say Star Trek or whatever, but yeah, because this shit is not Star Trek. This is an embarrassment. But anyway, so I was curious because I thought this was the episode that Jonathan Frakes was supposed to direct because I watch Angry Joe, I watch Heel versus Babyface, and I watch Disparu, and pretty much anyone else who pretty much would cover Starfleet Academy, but mostly those three because they're the funniest at it. I don't think Critical Drinker really covers it that much. I mean, he might do one or two videos here and there. But yeah, this episode was by far the worst of the worst, and I was like, did Jonathan Frakes, direct this, because I was thinking, if he did, you know, I I would be embarrassed, I would probably have to retire from Hollywood and hide in a cave like Gollum, just disappear from the face of the earth to be, I mean, and honestly, these people should be blacklisted, but the main reason I made this video was because I pulled up, like the writers, and they had the gall to put Gene Roddenberry, as one of the writers. Now I don't know if that's IMDb that did that, or the Alex Kurtzman, or whoever does the IMDb page or whatever. I don't know, but I mean, I haven't seen the credits for the show, and surely they don't put Gene Roddenberry's name in the writers, because if so, I mean that is a slap in the face. I mean, Gene Roddenberry, gave us the spectacular, just wonderful, great original Star Trek. I mean, the best of the best. I love the original Star Trek. I think it is, well written. It's fun. It's colorful. It can be dark in some places, but it was just like I guess the style and stuff at the time, which I liked how there was some sex appeal in the original Star Trek. Granted, the women didn't look the best back then, but there was a few that looked pretty good, and I liked how their uniforms were like that 60s look with like just like a real high cut dress or whatever, it looked really good. I liked it. Um but yeah, in this show we get men in dresses, and we basically get, just the most perverted people, the most, like, pretty much, I think, like, almost 90% of this cast is gay. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, you got the Klingon, who is a parody of Jaden Smith, you know, Jadon. And then you got, what you call it, the fish guy who is in love with the Klingon. And apparently, in this episode, he was supposed to be married to a woman, and that woman was gay. So, like, basically there were two gay people, like they were supposed to get married for diplomatic reasons or some shit. I don't know, I didn't watch the episode, I just only watched the reviews. Um but yeah, basically, just it was full of well, not even really teen drama. It was just regular people being weird and perverted. It didn't come across as teens, it came across as just adults being disgusting, just perverted, filthy people. And the oh yeah, I forgot the Gem Hadar woman that makes no fucking sense. She's in a gay relationship with Tig Notaro, which that doesn't surprise me. The woman is a walking, like, she is the poster boy of lesbianism. I mean, if you put her on a picture and ask someone, is this a lesbian? Probably 100% people would say, yeah, that is a lesbian. I mean, seriously. I mean, she just she just looks the part of a fucking lesbian. Let's see. What else? But yeah, it was I just mainly kind of made this as a short little bitch or whatever that, or bitch or little bitch session venting whatever, about how they put Gene Roddenberry as one of the writers. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, when you think about like the good Trek, and then it somehow is tied to this slop garbage with has basically no positive messages, it's just, I don't even know what to describe it as. I mean, it's woke, but it's also backwards and fucked up and stupid and full of plot holes. Like, you got episodes of characters that, basically use a comic book in the 32nd century or 30th century. I don't know when this takes place, but basically they use a comic book to reprogram a starship. Then they got this one guy who was, like, I guess the main character or whatever, uh, Caleb, and he apparently is a boy genius who went from being a psychotic killer for 15 years to being this, oh, I'm the smart kid, and I can do anything. I have reprogrammable matter, and it can do anything. I mean, it's just the dumbest shit ever. I mean, if you're gonna have this backstory and start the show off with, Caleb being this guy that you have to put a Hannibal Lecter mask on him because he'll bite your fucking fingers off, how are you gonna make that into this, guy who's just, oh, I'm a friendly guy now, and I go to Starfleet Academy, and I bang the women, I mean, how about, like, developing on that backstory of him being a psychotic killer? That would be more interesting, right? Like if he was like Patrick Bateman and he wore this fake, persona that, people, they see him and they're like, oh, he's, the smart kid, and he has a clean cut look, and, he's able to do just about anything. But secretly, he's like evil and, enjoys killing people and stuff, like I was thinking, like, in the last episode when the Betazoid woman touches the teddy bear and sees his flashback, and he loses his heart on or whatever, and she's, and that's another thing, no guy wants to hear and no woman wants to hear about who you fucked in the past. you know I would rather, not know anything about who or what you did. I don't want to be thinking about, you sucking another dude's dick while we're, you know, I mean, that is disgusting. And I'm sure a woman doesn't want to think about you going down on another woman while, she's kissing you. I mean, it's just, the most perverted, disgusting shit ever. And they play it off like it's funny or something because she's like, oh, he covered me in some milk or some bullshit from his nuts. And basically, the family watched and banged tambourines and shit. And I'm like, what? I mean, this is the most disgusting, depraved shit ever. And obviously, someone. I mean, it's almost like the writers or whatever are the most disgusting, perverted people. And I don't know if it's Alex Kurtzman that has the foot fetish, but in every fucking episode, well, almost every episode, that Holly Hunter has her foot in the camera. And even in this episode, fucking Tig Notaro had her big stinky foot in the camera. And I'm like, I mean, like I said, I didn't even watch the show. I just seen the reviews, and it irritates the fuck out of me. I mean, to think this is connected to the same franchise that gave us Measure of a Man, or the great original series, where basically you had some fun episodes, and like the Gorn episode, or hell, even the pilot, with Christopher Pike, to which I didn't really care for. I thought he was bland, and he didn't have the charisma Kirk did, and I didn't really care for the cast. Spock looked weird. It was the first episode, so they were getting their shit together. But anyway, yeah, but even the cage, the pilot episode, it was still pretty decent. You had the idea of these aliens that could fuck with your mind and make you think whatever, and put you into like a different, almost reality in a way. And they were going to force you to breed because they needed slave labor, which I am writing a story at the moment right now, and there is something similar to that, like with the slave labor kind of stuff, but it's not aliens or anything like that. It's like a future western, and I don't want to get too much into it because I don't want my idea stolen or anything. But yeah, I'm probably gonna have to like go on Patreon and like try to like maybe make a video and detail like the story and see if someone wants to help me make it, because I looked online and to get something animated, like just a pilot episode, is really fucking expensive. Like we're talking like almost $10,000. I mean, I'm like, holy fuck. And that's not including like voice casting and stuff. I mean, fuck. I mean, granted, well, let's see, in my pilot episode, I would need probably one, two, three, four, five, maybe about 5 or 6 voice actors, because I got the main character, I got 3 antagonists that work as a team, and then I got the sidekick to the protagonist, yeah, the protagonist that shows up at the very end. I mean, granted, she may not speak in the first episode. We'll see. Still kind of working on it. But for the most part, it's the protagonist, the 3 women, and then some like kind of like raiders or whatever, some random men. Um, you know, well, there's also some female robots, so I don't know. That I suppose I could get away with maybe 3 or 4 actors. Anyway, enough of that. Anyway, so basically, yeah, this Jesus Christ, this show is it's really fucking bad. And anyone who worked on it or made this come to fruition, they should be blacklisted from Hollywood. I mean, this is the whole reason why I wanted to write my own show in the first place, because crap like this exists. I mean, how is it? I mean, I know 100%. And like when I'm writing my, or writing for my show and doing the world building, I try to go over constantly to make sure there is no plot holes, because this shit makes no sense and people are constantly, doing stupid shit like, and I think it was the pilot episode where Holly Hunter is being attacked from the rear of the ship, and she's like, all for or shields or full or full power to forward shields or something like that. Bitch, you're not even getting attacked from the front. You're getting attacked from behind. I mean, did nobody fact check this shit? And then, I don't know. It's like the idea of the reprogrammable matter. And then, you have the idea of this thing they call the burn, where apparently you can no longer use, what do you call it? Dilithium. So what the fuck are they using? What did they use to replace dilithium? Because I thought that was a big fucking deal in this show. That basically it's almost like they tried to reset the Star Trek universe by having like most of it die, I guess, because you got to think how many people were out there in space, and just they blew up because some fish man cried. And then the idea that Alex Kurtzman doesn't understand that sound doesn't travel through space, so that makes no fucking sense. I mean, it'd be one thing if it was, I don't know, maybe some kind of telepath or something, but even then, that is just stupid. Why would you want to destroy, all the dilithium or all the ships that run on dilithium? And then later on, they say they still use dilithium, but not for the engines, I guess. I guess it's for something else. Because I think the stupid ass villain that some people like. I mean, I don't like I don't know his name. Fuck. Anyway, I just think of him as that stupid guy from that M Night Shyamalan movie with the mermaid, and he can only see the creatures in a mirror or something. Fucking, hang on, I'll look and see. Let's see. I can't believe I can't remember his name. Let's see. Um, Starfleet Academy. Paul Giamatti. That's it. That's when I saw him. It came back to me. But yeah, some people like him. I don't. I mean, but anyway, speaking of the plot holes again, and because like Paul Giamatti, he gets into a escape pod at the end of episode one, I believe, and he shoots off into the infinite space. And there are two things that come to mind. One, why aren't they shooting him or using a tractor beam to pull him back? Two, where the fuck is he going? How is he going to survive? You know, space is really big, and I don't think Alex Kurtzman understands that. You know, I mean, it is insane how far things are. Like, I don't remember exactly how far it would take for us to get to Mars in real life, but it's like I want to say hundreds of years, if not more. I mean, it's like really far. I mean, the idea of it is just mind blowing. Sorry, I need a drink. But yeah, I mean, you'd think someone in the writer's room, when they were writing that episode about sound and space or whatever, somebody would have said, "Oh, hey, that don't work. Sound doesn't travel through space." I mean, we all know the famous line in space: "No one can hear you scream." Jesus, I don't know. Just it just irritates me to no end. But anyway, I mean, oh, and that's another thing. Like, why? I mean, I know it's because of fucking DEI and all this other fucking stupid bullshit, but I mean, and this is another plot hole. There is no crew for the Athena. It has no crew. It is literally run by the students who are still in school. And who the fuck? Why are all the women so fat? I mean, I get it, that you're trying to be inclusive and body positivity and all this other shit, but this is supposed to be like a military operation. You need to be fit, you need to be capable, you need to be intelligent. This is, a very serious thing, but it's almost like a parody, except, you know, like if you were to like compare this to that movie Galaxy Quest. Galaxy Quest is a good parody of Star Trek. It's funny. It's been a while since I've seen it. But I remember liking it. And but if you compare it to say this bullshit, this is basically a parody, but just a really bad one. Like the fat women and Holly Hunter fucking being ridiculous as the captain and putting her feet in everybody's face. And I mean, she's practically like like I mean I'm surprised she didn't stick her toe in the guy's tea in that one episode. But anyways, I'm done bitching about this. I want to play the game and have a good time and not deal with this nonsense anymore. So and I got to go to the grocery store in a little bit. I need to pick up a few things. Got to get some drinks and stuff. Ugh. Anyway, uh, if you watch the video, I appreciate it. Give me a like and maybe a subscribe or something. Um, but yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ, I can see why Az from Heel versus Babyface is losing his fucking mind because I'm not even watching it. I'm just watching the reviews, and from what I've seen, I mean, Jesus Christ, it is awful. I mean, it has like the worst cast. It has Stephen Colbert, Holly Hunter, and then just a bunch of no-name people, Tignataro. Ugh. Anyway, peace.